What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I highly underestimated Structure Deck R Undead World. Maybe because I've played the game since its inception, and the first incarnation of this Structure Deck was pretty much something that was a huge letdown. The Red Eyes card in there basically did nothing, and I should have thought that Konami wouldn't let this happen twice, but for some reason I was, especially with Layer of Darkness fresh out. So many competitive aspects that seemed like they really would fit into a metagame that just didn't come to fruition. So I don't want to get too hyped on this, but already my head is just churning with so many aspects that already work with zombies. One of the best types of monsters in the game with some of the best resources that are just almost there, and now they get a huge boost just from one of these cards. We haven't even seen the reveal of the Synchro's effects, which I'm hoping isn't too disappointing. It's looking like a level 7, so that's pretty awesome. 2, 4, 6, 7. Just making sure I'm not crazy. Let's go ahead and get into the revealed monsters, though, and why I am so excited. So our first one is Drashiel, the Spirit King. Hopefully I'm not murdering that. And it's a level 8 Dark Zombie effect monster. Attack 2800, defense 2000. Typically boss monsters aren't the most exciting thing, but you can use the second effect with this card's name only once per turn. So hard once per turn on the second one. Its first effect, however, is when the effect of a zombie monster not named Drashiel, the Spirit King, is activated, quick effect, you can choose and apply one of these effects, but your Drashiel, the Spirit King, effects cannot apply the chosen effect for the rest of the turn. Either negate that effect, or banish one monster from either player's field or graveyard. Non-targeting banishing for any zombie effect. Now, Zombie World's going to change all of your opponent's monsters on field and in graveyard to this. So basically, this is a 2800 body that can negate an effect or banish a monster. Now, 2800, how are we going to summon it, John? Well, its second effect is, once per turn during the standby phase, if a face-up card is in the field zone, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in defense position. Now, as a level 8, you're still going to have to find a way to end up dumping it out to the graveyard, reviving it, and getting it there. But that's not the necessarily hardest things for zombies to do. And it also has its own recursion, but it's past turn 1. This is definitely not the card I'm most excited for, but a 2800 body that can offer negator, non-targeting banishing, it's a good start. And it says, note, this card is named after one of the nicknames of Balor, king of the, how do I say this, Fomorians, a group of supernatural beings who is considered to be a deity or embodiment of drought, blight, and plague. Drashiel means evil eye. Well, why does Konami keep getting really dark with these structure decks? Layer of Darkness and now this. Ooh, Balor, but Finn Balor. Hey, Bullet Club. Next up, we have Otherworldly Banshee. And it's a level 4 Dark Zombie effect monster, attack 1800, defense 200, and you can use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Zombie World or worlds on the field cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. Protection from even Cosmic Cyclone to your Zombie World in the form of a level 4 body. Now, again, not the most notable thing. This card also is somewhat cute, but I don't think you're going to be leaving it on the world to protect Zombie World necessarily unless we have a way for insane advantage to occur to the board. The second effect, a quick effect, you can banish this face-up card from your field or graveyard and activate a Zombie World from your deck or hand. So if they somehow did take care of this, and it was in the graveyard, so if you synchroed up using it, it's actually kind of cute because you have Zombie World on demand after using this as a resource already on the field. So this transitional part seems like it's pretty good. It's kind of weird that it mixes, but I guess there's just an additional, oh, if you brought this zombie back, it protects Zombie World. That's all right. That's kind of cute. But Zombie World as a whole, it's an interesting card, and we'll get into it after this. But this is why I'm so excited. This is why I'm telling you guys I'm pretty darn excited. We have Zombie Necronies. Necronies? I really don't. Necronies. The bee's knees. Normal spell card. Necronize? Necronize. I just don't know. You can only use one effect among the first and second effects with this card's name per turn, and only once that turn. So, you gotta hard choose one of these effects. And it can only be a hard once per turn on either or. If a level 5 or higher zombie is on the field, target one monster your opponent controls, take control of that monster till the end phase. Did you just say change of heart if you have a level 5 or higher zombie? Did you know that Unizombie can get to level 5? Did you know the best monster of 2017, Sea Monster of Theseus, can be instant fused? Oh man, this is actually interesting because, like, being able to just change of heart if you instant fusion out of Theseus, or if you boost up a Unizombie, two aspects that you actually would be competitively playing in zombies, work so well with this, and then you can search that out by Solitaire too? Good job. Oh, but wait, there's actually more. The second effect is good. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters to the deck, and if you do, set this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. A Mizuki that's just sitting there because that wouldn't actually get Omega'd back because you've used multiple Mizukis comboing out in a turn? You mean to tell me I can recycle my resource into the deck? And I can also recur this? Oh my gosh. And it's not a quick play or anything. It's a normal soul card, although quick play would be cute. You can set this card, and it doesn't have a restriction on activating the turn it recurs. Besides, you can only activate one effect per turn. So yeah, the recurrence is cute, but like at the same time, you're going to be waiting just a little bit. Just a little bit. But it's still nice that it is an option and a recurrence, whereas the first effect is straight up. It's awesome. It's nice. It does leave them to have to deal with this, and if Trickstars / when Trickstars get hit, Light Stage is not as much of a threat to this card, and I think it's just really exciting to see this. So here's some of the card arts here, and I think this is starting to look pretty darn good myself. But going into Zombie World, just for a refresher course, all monsters on the field and in every graveyard become zombie monsters. Neither player can summon monsters except zombie monsters. Well, might have been relevant a little bit in Monarch format, but overall, I think it is a pretty good card to be able to turn on things like for relevance, like Zombie Master can go for either player graveyard. So, like, when zombies were actually somewhat in the meta, it mattered to be able to go for your opponent's zombie masters and that sort of stuff. So, there's going to be advantages, and maybe this deck will play on that, and they'll make more cards that actually care about monsters in the graveyard, since it seems like it's just so heavily considering Zombie World. But by far, the Change of Heart-like card, most impactful, definitely the best card. I just don't want to see a Layer of Darkness 2.0. I don't want to see a card like this that gets my competitive juices flowing, that make me really excited, and then see this fall off to not even tier 2 where it can top regionals, but something like tier 3 where it would take insane chances to top like 100-man regional. I really want to see this top 8, some competitive regionals. I want to see zombies come back. Zombies are some of my favorite cards. I played Mizuki at its first legal event at a Shonen Jump back in the day. All the way back there like a decade ago. But another interesting piece of news here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series Japan. I feel like this logo is amazing and just so hype. Just the Japan in bold. But like at the same time, it doesn't feel like a real YCS once we actually read through this. Tokyo, October 6, 2018 at the Tokyo Big Site. And then Osaka, October 8th, 2018. And what it says is registration will be advanced booking only. So you can't come on site and register. You actually have to register in advance. They're not going to take any lines. And I understand Japan's a little more crowded and low on space, so it makes a little sense. But not being able to just show up and play the game. Likely to allow the events the ability to be one-day events. So it's not really a 2-day experience either. It's just feeling like they're not expecting the attendance. And even if it is for the first ones, I guess you can knock out, that many rounds in a day. We'll really have to pay attention and see how seriously Japan takes it. Further details will be mentioned and explained soon. I just feel like if you're branding the YCS and taking it to the OCG, you really want to give that same experience, a 2-day, a reason to go out to travel 2 days. And I guess Japan's closer together, so maybe it's easier to travel Japan and have already seen it all by their trains. And maybe, again, I have to take the culture into my retrospective of saying it should be similar or the same, that on-site registration, maybe the lines would be ridiculous, maybe the space is not what they're expecting, maybe they have to have a space cap to have advanced booking only. So I really do look forward to the results of this, to a YCS Champion Series Japan really reflecting and showing off maybe the most competitive aspects of their meta, because a lot of times when we get a look into their metagames, we're not seeing the most competitive decks. Like, people got hyped when like Elemental Sabers did a top 8 at some event over there. Realistically, that's not going to be at their most competitive events. So I want to see, like, hopefully they show off some like pie charts of what actually entered the event, and then there are like top cuts and how it actually goes. Even if it does end up being a one-day event, I really do want to see the more competitive side of Japan and see what they do to take it down. And will they actually show a prize card early there, or you know, they got their prize cards in their pack, so what will they be doing for the prizes actually is something else I'm very interested to see. What do you guys think? Do you enjoy seeing the YCS logo go up like this and hope for the more competitive side of the OCG play? I sure do. And what do you think about these new zombie cards? I think the Change of Heart definitely brings a competitive aspect. And do you have a way to summon Draw Shield a bit easier? Do you have a way to just get him out on the board so his negate starts getting live? Let me know what you guys are gonna do with him. Thanks for watching, everybody.